Hey guys, you're watching the one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a City. And it is that time of year again. It is summer. A lovely time of year for when you're driving out in the car with the roof down and the wind blowing in your hair. But when you're stuck inside with two big lights shining down on you, all the doors closed, and it's like 28 degrees outside and it feels like 50 something in here, it gets really hot. So if I do some impromptu cuts in this video, it's because I'm just trying to cool down a little bit. Anyway, today I want to finish off our mine mart here. We've been working on this for a couple of episodes. We've been doing really well to complete this in 2 episodes, or get up to where we were in 2 episodes. But today I want to finish it off. I want to do a little bit more on the roof. I don't want to just like put a flat like top on it and just go ta-da, it's done. I want to do a little bit of a slanted roof on it. Now, if you remember the picture that we're working from, the Gene Polinsky Center, the Rochester Institute of Technology, has a very slight, I don't know, slabbed roof, but it sort of inclines every 5 or 6 slabs or so. And I think that's going to work really well on the mine mart here. And out the front, the car park is just going to be a giant car park. I want to get some trolley bays, or what they call shopping cart covers. You know, when you're going around the car park and you finish your shopping and you have to like put the trolley away, but you can't be bothered to take it all the way back to the front of the shop again. So there's usually like these little areas where you can leave the trolleys. I want to hopefully do something like that. But let's start off with the roof. Now we know that, see these little gaps here? We want these gaps to be covered by the cyan clay, like how we've got here. We want to do this all of the way around the building, right? But if we do it like this, as you can see, we end up with 2 blocks of bricks visible from the top. And I don't think that looks really good. So what I think we're going to do to get around that is we're just going to put a 2-block sort of perimeter around of this cyan clay. I think it'll look really neat and really solid. And then from there, we can have a nice little slab drop for, I don't know, maybe like 5 or so blocks before we then go into the very just about slanted roof section, but with a lot of glass, I think, to try and get some light down into the supermarket. It's a very large building, so the more glass that we can get in to have some light inside will be really nice. So I suppose I should do that. I don't think I need to keep you guys with me for this. I shall be back and I can cool down again. Alright, so I've got the 2-block perimeter now of the clay going around, and then I added a perimeter of 4 blocks, of slabs. Now, I think it looks really cool. I like that, but it might be a little bit too big still. I'm not quite sure. I think maybe adding 1 extra slab would be good, so I can do this a little bit quicker, I hope. Yeah, there we go. So now if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there, and then I go to that corner and I do the same thing, that should add us another section, another sort of ring of the slabs in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. And then set that middle part to air. Okay, I think that looks a little bit better. Oh, by the way, this little black thing down here, this is just a shadow glitch I saw on the minimap. There we go. Done. Sorted. Fixed. That was annoying me. Alright, now, what we want to have is glass on the left and glass on the right, but in the middle we don't want it to be glass. What we want to have is a clay, a mix of cyan stained clay, and I think snow blocks, just a nice clean white block. And I think what we want to do with this is have the snow go here. So 1, 2, 3 for the moment. It'll probably go higher. No, might be about right. And there. And then I want to have an even distribution between the whites. So let's do a guess of every 4 blocks for the moment. So we're leaving 4 block gap in between. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay then. So we shall then move this across. And this one like that, right? Yeah, that's as close as I can get. I'm actually quite happy with that. That'll look okay. And I'm going to drop this down to 2 blocks. So it's going to be the lowest side here, and then the highest side over there. And we're going to do the same thing. Let's just put the white blocks there so we know. And then behind the white blocks, I want to have the cyan blocks. So let's just go like 3 blocks instead. Do 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I'll start on this side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then in the middle there. Down the side here is going to be glass, but we're going to have to put some kind of bottom in. Otherwise, the glass isn't going to connect up. Obviously, glass panes or blocks don't connect up to slabs in any way. So we need some kind of block running along here. And I think the best thing would be the snow. So we'll have the snow running around the perimeter of the bottom here. So we'll go from there to there. Set snow block. And the same across the bottom. No, we don't need to go across the ends. Okay, so we go from there and do the same on this side. Slabs will go here along these ones, because then I want the cyan clay. Is it called cyan clay? Yeah, cyan clay to go behind this, so we have a little bit of an indent. So we have it like this. Now, obviously, we're still using colors that we've already used elsewhere on the supermarket, so it's not like a standout color. It's just sort of blending in to everything else, being part of the building, instead of like a standout feature, which you don't want. And then once it goes all the way up to the height, we get something that's going to look roughly like that. I might even put like a thin window of glass, like a 1 block high glass window that goes all the way along there, depending on how high it's going to be. So now let's work out how exactly we want this to go up. I think I want to start it at 2 blocks, and wherever it sort of ends up, as long as it's not like way up in the sky, I don't think I'm going to be that bothered. So let's say we start off here, and we go up every 5. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we go up 1. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, that's probably near the height of where I want it to end up being. And we're about a third of the way through. So instead of doing 5, let's try 12. I know that's quite a jump, but I think that's going to work out, to be a much better height. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then go up 1, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Up 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Welcome to Counting Simulator 2017. Oh, I lost count. 1, 2, 3, I failed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Okay, I think that's a much more realistic height. As you can see, we're pretty close to where I sort of wanted it. We can definitely see that there's still an incline on the roof here. It's not just a flat, boring, nothing being done sort of roof. I like the look of that. And then the glass, we can now get the snow to go up to here. On this layer, we can have the slabs just going over the top of that white part to cover that up. We'll do that in a moment, though. And then we're going to want to have the snow also running down the side of here. I think either on a full block or a half slab. So we'll probably run it along like this. And then go down 1. And then run it along for another 2. And then I think we can just have the glass in there. Yeah, I think that looks really cool. I don't think either we're going to need any breaks. We're going to use white stained glass panes here. And, no, not there. And these are just going to go in here. I'll copy and paste this for the other side so I don't have to do it twice. And then we'll go from here to there. Replace air with 160. Yeah, I think that's going to look really, really smart. I think that's going to look really, really smart. Okay, I'm going to do that all the way along. And then we'll see if we need to do any touch-up parts on the top to make the roof stand out a little bit more. I don't know what it's going to look like. I'll be back. Alright, so it's now solid all of the way across. But as you can see, we've got some white sections sticking out where obviously the slabs don't fit underneath correctly. To combat that, I usually just place a slab on top of them. And we end up with a cool sort of shadowed ridge. Oops. Like this, which looks really cool when you do it sort of repeatedly all the way down. But on this one, I think it needs something else or something different on the top. So instead of doing slabs, I think I want to do blocks or a different coloured slab at the very least. So if we go with quartz, because quartz is very similar to snow and it has the slabbed version as well. I was thinking about on these sections where they're sticking out, we go down with the slabs. Yeah, I think we're leaving that that one block free at the end. I don't know about the clay part at the moment. I'm not sort of worrying about that. So we go down here with these. And then on the next sections, which currently look fine, they're just like the flat slabbed section. We're going to exchange it with full blocks. We're going to have to remove these and place these in like this. And I'm hoping, I know the quartz is a little bit of a different shape, but once we back off, it should look relatively similar. We then get a sort of half slab snow block, or half slab white blocks even, just running down the whole edge. And we just do this a few times, and we should be ready to go. We should be set. There might even be a way that I can copy and paste this. We might end up grabbing a couple of bits of glass that we don't really need, but it shouldn't really matter until it comes to doing the interior to the building, which will hopefully be at some point, because this is going to be a really cool interior to do. Let's try it. Let's just try it. We'll grab it from there to here. I have no idea what's going to happen down below. And we'll just stand right here. We'll copy it. Paste. Doesn't look like anything changed, which is perfect. So put these in here. I actually sort of like the quartz parts having a slightly different tinge of white. All right, and then along the end here, what if we just covered these up? I think that looks really cool. I think it looks really cool on the mini-map. I think it looks really cool to look at. It's just something a little bit different. Makes it look like that corrugated sort of roof style section. I'm impressed. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Really finishes off the mine mart sort of building shape, doesn't it? Keeps it away from just a square block. So the rest of the place is a car park, which I can do off camera. I'll do that now, in fact. Let me get the car park out of the way, and then we'll figure out some spaces for some trolley parks, okay? 2 seconds. Right, so I've squeezed in as many car parking spots as I can. We've got the entrance over there and the exit here. But at the moment, we can't actually get into this row or this row. So we're going to have to take out a couple of car parking spots just so cars can get through in a nice, easy way. And I'm thinking about doing a sort of loop style thing. So if we just remove this... Oop, not that one. If we just remove this one here and here, which is 1, 2, 3, the 4th car parking spot in. So we do it over here as well. 1, 2, 3, the 4th car parking spot in. We take that one away and this one away. And now we can sort of see that you can sort of drive through areas of it, you know, without going through car parking spots, okay? Looks really cool. Now what we need is the trolley bays, the trolley parking areas, and these usually take up like in the middle of a bay usually, and I think I can get 2 of them in. I think I want one here, oh, like one either there or something, and then one on that side, right? So how exactly do we want to do this? They're not that big. They usually take up a bay, aren't they? They're usually like one car parking spot big. It's really hard to think of how they actually do them in real. Like they just seem to be there. I've never really like looked at them too closely. I'm gonna take up 2 bays, but not go all the way to the front or the back. So let's get this, and we go there with that first. And then what we do is we grab some walls, and I'm gonna put a wall up here, which is 3 blocks in from the end, and there, that one, and that one. And let's go up 3 blocks tall, 3 cobblestone walls high. And then slab. I want a nice sort of clean slab. Yeah, perfect. Oops. Don't make a waypoint. And then we just have this coming along here. Down on this side. It's like a giant open greenhouse, isn't it? Now, some of them, depending on what supermarket you're in or what country you're in, some of them have like a glass top to glass walls to them. Some of them are open, and some of them just have like a little bit of metal sort of keeping the trolleys in. I think we can do the little bit of metal one would be the best for this, because if we use glass, the glass doesn't connect up to the cobblestone walls. It's not going to connect up to the slabs, and it's going to be a little bit weird. So all we're going to do for this is have a little bit of a base. So I'm going to have this in like this. we're going to have the opening on this side, because if you're on this side, you can pretty much just either just go around the side of it or just take it to where it should actually go. That's not the right thing. There we go. So I want another one of these over on that side. So I should just be able to go clink and clink. I'm going to stand right on this edge. I'm going to stand on this edge. Copy. Run over this side. And it's just here, isn't it? So we're on the third one in or something. Let's just paste it here and see if I got it right. It looks to be in line. It looks to be square and nicely sort of centered. If I replace this with that, yeah, I think it just gets rid of that tiny little line sort of just poking through there. Now, for the trolleys, or whatever you call them in your country, the shopping carts, we call them trolleys here in the UK. I know that confused some people when I said that not so long ago. Should I do that as well on the sides? At least on the straight through sections. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit, I think that looks much more clear that that's meant to be like a walkway. So I've got an idea for these. Now, I've seen a few different designs. I've seen a design that I sort of liked with a hopper and a gate. And this hopper and gate design, I don't really know that one. And this hopper and gate design, they put a gate down. They open the gate up. And then you place a hopper like so. Now, you can either place the hopper so it faces down, or you can place the hopper so it goes into the gates. And that's how some people do their shopping carts. I think that looks pretty cool. You know, you're going to see the handles here, and they push along. However, there's a problem with that. Not really a big problem for most people, but we've got slabs here, and the hopper is going to be right up here, and the gate's going to be right up here. And I mean, it sort of works if I turned it in. Oops, not that one. If I turned it in, it's a little bit high, maybe. There we go. Yeah, it's sort of floating almost. When it's on the ground, there's much thinner gap. So, what about just hopper minecarts? They look a lot more like a trolley. They have wheels. You can sort of push them. I mean, they're about as trolleyed as you're ever going to get. But we can't place them down. You need a rail underneath it. And we can't place a rail down on top of slabs either. They don't go down. So what we have to do here is we have to place down like a row of blocks. Let's go over by a block here. And this is going to be where most of the trolleys sort of are, you know, in their stacks. Let's just do like a couple of stacks like this. So we have one that sort of runs down to there. And then we'll have another one next to it at the same length. I don't know, big trolleys and small trolleys. I'm going to confuse so many people saying trolleys, because I know like hardly anybody uses that word. And down here. And then what we do is we just place these on top of here. It doesn't really matter if we leave a gap between them, but I think it'll look neater if we have a constant line of them. And then we do the same down here. And then I'll just do like a couple dotted in the car park, like in the trolley bays, for example, and stuff like that. But that's not going to be anywhere near as complicated because we're already on a full blocked surface. We're not on a half slab, so we don't have to do any of this sort of floating mid-air thing. So once you've got them down, all you've got to do then is just go across and break the snow. The snow will automatically break the rails above them, and the minecarts will fall nicely and neatly, into place. No, don't delete that. Huh. Okay, we'll have to do this side again. I didn't realise that I was budging them all. That's okay. That's no problem. Oh man, they stacked on top of each other really well. You try and do that, like in survival, you got no chance. And we'll put these down here again and run down again. So as long as I don't, like, touch these, we're not going to really knock them out of place too much, so it should look pretty good. Oops, I got rid of one. It doesn't matter. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you get one missing. They're never perfect, but I thought it looked pretty nice. Yeah, see? Some trolleys stacked at the back there. I think they look pretty nice. In here, it's going to be almost a little bit trickier in some ways because we're going to want to put down the... We're going to want to put down... no, I don't want that. The trolleys, but then it's going to be quite tricky to remove the rails. from underneath them. I suppose we don't, if they're like directly on top of them, maybe we don't need to bother trying. We can just leave it like that, and then if they do move, they're supposedly easier to replace. So yeah, we'll just sort of choose where we want them. We have to have like full lines to begin with, otherwise, oops, yeah. That and that, nope. There we go. Yeah, we have to do full lines to begin with, otherwise the minecarts are going to be facing in like the wrong direction. Oh, I got rid of them. Minecart. Okay, and then we just remove the ones that we can see without moving the trolleys, hopefully. And there's a couple of trolley bays. Okay, I like that. I think that's really smart. To finish off here, I want to make sure that the Minimap sign is, sound like Marmite, sign is lit up at all times. For that, I'm just going to put fluorescent. There we go. I thought I'd done that the first time. Just underneath the orange and on top of the orange, on the top and the bottom. I don't want to put any lighting on the letters themselves. And yeah, I think for the next lighting episode that I do, when I go around and I put some more lights on the other buildings, I'll probably end up either doing it off camera or how you guys suggested, in a little bit of a montage. Some of you really enjoyed that, like seeing how cool they looked in the nighttime and the daytime after they were done. Some people weren't quite as impressed with it. Some people thought that maybe it was too much lighting for the daytime. It made them look a little bit too bright. I disagree. I know it's personal opinion and it's totally up to you what you guys think. But as you can see, none of the buildings here in view of us look too bright. I know we've got the shaders off. Maybe if we turn the shaders on, the lights will be a little bit more visible. But still, nothing in my mind looks, oh my god, it's so glary. It just gives a real sort of nice reflection on everything, in my opinion. Look at that. How can you say that that doesn't look good, right? I think I'll do the same on the logo section as well, where we can. And then we'll be done. We'll be done. So if you guys enjoyed the episode, let's turn this off while I do this. They're a little bit funny when you're placing them. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. We shall see you in, the next episode.